Tonight, on Legislative Review. Proposed legislation on the use of credit scores in determining insurance rates. Plus, tightening penalties for environmental crimes. And improving education outcomes for juveniles in incarceration. All that coming up on Legislative Review. Welcome and thanks for watching Legislative Review. I'm Angela Nosco.
Insurance rates should be set on, are you a lousy driver? We need to charge you more. Or is your house badly in need of repair?
State senators gathered on the floor Monday afternoon to debate a bill concerning the factors that insurance companies use in determining consumer rates. Senate Bill 5589 aims to mandate a study into how insurers consider credit history, insurance scores, and other factors in deciding how much a customer should be paying. Advocates say there's a growing concern about factors based on socioeconomic status, race, and even zip code, disproportionately affecting residents and leading to higher insurance costs for some people. If passed, the bill will require the Office of the Insurance Commissioner, OIC, to work with actuaries and consultants to analyze disparities and explore ways to set rates that are fairer for everyone. They'll be looking at auto, homeowners, and other personal insurance categories, with findings due to the legislature by 2026. Democratic Senator Bob Hasegawa sponsored the bill.
What does a credit rating have to do with setting a rate? Let's find out what those rating factors are. It should not be based on whether or not you have a college degree or whether or not you work in a blue-collar job as opposed to a white-collar job or your zip code.
While proponents believe it's a long overdue step toward equity, the opposition, especially from the insurance industry, is concerned about the cost and complexity of conducting yet another study. They argue that multiple studies over the past 2 decades have already examined this issue and that further research may not yield new results. Some are also pushing for more transparency in how the study will be conducted. Speaking in opposition, Republican Senator Perry Dozier.
The previous commissioner for OIC did emergency rulemaking, and they disallowed the credit base in there in one of their many factors that they use. It did end up raising insurance rates against those others that had good credit scores. I know that there are multiple factors, but we've already seen the effects of that, and I still can't support a study when we saw what did happen.
The Senate took a floor vote.
Mr. President, there are 29 yea, 20 nay.
Having received a constitutional majority, Senate Bill 5589 is declared passed. The title of the bill will be the title of the act.
The bill passed along party lines and is headed to the House of Representatives for further review. On Tuesday morning, state senators debated a bill that aims to tighten penalties for crimes against the environment. Sponsored by Democratic Senator Yasmin Trudeau, Senate Bill 5360 focuses on criminal violations related to water and air pollution and hazardous waste management. She believes the current penalty system allows big businesses to treat fines as just another cost of doing business, with minimal consequences. Under current law, penalties for polluting the air, water, and land are mostly civil fines or administrative actions. The bill proposes to reclassify violations as serious crimes ranging from first to second and third degree, with escalating penalties depending on the severity. A first-degree violation could involve knowingly releasing hazardous pollutants that put people's health or property at risk. It would be classified as a Class B felony, punishable by up to 10 years in prison and $20,000 in fines. A third-degree violation, such as negligent pollution, would be treated as a gross misdemeanor, with penalties of up to 364 days in jail and fines of up to $10,000. Under this system, each day a violation occurs could result in an additional charge, a graduated penalty system similar to what other states like Oregon have implemented. Supporters say it would hold large corporations and polluters accountable for damaging public health and the environment. After debating 12 amendments, 5 of which were adopted, Senator Trudeau shared her remarks.
When you are in the criminal process, you have very strict and high standards that you have to be able to meet in order to be prosecuted under these standards. I believe that it is time that we ensure that we have really strong protections against environmental crimes. We see where environmental disasters and toxic pollution often falls on future generations to clean up.
Business organizations and critics, however, are pushing back, saying the penalties may be overly harsh, especially for smaller businesses or landowners. They say actions as minor as digging in wetlands could be interpreted as environmental damage under the bill's definition, leading to unfair or unconstitutional penalties, especially when it comes to unintentional violations. Speaking to oppose the bill, Republican Senator Matt Benke.
This comes in an area we also have concerns from our business, our ports community, and supply chain that we mentioned before, about overzealous prosecution, about leveraging an agency that may be unelected officials to going too far. And where is that balance of power that we need to have in our democracy, our constitutional republic, that ensures that businesses will stay here, that they're incentivized to stay and grow in our state, and they can work with a partner like our Department of Ecology and any other agency in the state.
The Senate voted on Senate Bill 5360.
Mr. President, 29 aye, 20 nay.
Having received a constitutional majority and gross substitute Senate Bill 5360 is declared passed. The title of the bill will be the title of the act.
The bill passed on a strictly party line vote and will be further reviewed in the House of Representatives. Moving on to the House, a controversial push to improve educational outcomes for incarcerated youth or those in juvenile detention. House Bill 1827 aims to equip justice-involved students with better educational pathways to up their chances of graduating and successfully re-entering society. If enacted, it would focus the responsibility of ensuring they receive basic education services to OSPI, who will also work with the Department of Children, Youth and Families and educators to improve educational programs. Advocates say that educational opportunities are limited for many students in juvenile facilities, like Echo Glen Children's Center in Issaquah, and graduation rates are low, about 14 to 17%. They believe the bill will narrow that gap. Democratic Representative Lisa Callan spoke on her bill.
And make sure that the state superintendent's office is looking to figure out how we can improve the operations of the systems across all of those facilities to give every educator the tool that they need to reach the student and making sure that there's no harm done in their ability to get their education done and they can move forward.
However, not everyone is on board. Critics argue that it would take away local control. Republican Representative Jim Walsh.
OSPI doesn't need more rope to hang our students with. We need local control of education. Our current system of centralizing education policy is failing, Mr. Speaker, and this is one more step to try to centralize education policy, and Mr. Speaker, I suspect it will fail, as OSPI is failing kids all around the state right now.
The House took a floor vote.
The Speaker has started the roll call machine. Representative Clicker, Representative Paul, how do you vote? Has every member voted? Does any member wish to change their vote? The Speaker is about to lock the roll call machine. The Speaker has locked the roll call machine. Clerk will take the record.
Mr. Speaker, there are 79 yeas, 17 nays, 2 excused.
Having received a constitutional majority, Substitute House Bill 1827 is declared passed.
House Bill 1827 passed and will be further reviewed in the Senate. And that's a wrap for this episode of Legislative Review. Join us nightly at 8 and 11 to keep up with what's happening in the legislature.